How's it going, guys? I'm Zephyros and welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be based on Guild versus Guild. I was really surprised at how many people actually messaged me asking for more Guild versus Guild content. And I figured where I've been putting out content on King Harz and Ardea because of the recent banners, why not make a Guild versus Guild video where I actually show you teams that you can use centered around them as heroes. So I'll show you kind of different iterations of those teams and my thinking behind why I would use them. So let's get into it. So if you're unsure of how you would want to build your King Harz or your Ardea, I do have videos out on them where I actually go through that. But just a quick rundown with Harz, for example. You want your tank in Guardian. If they're not in Guardian, they should be in Tempered Will. Okay, so um, Tempered Will is basically the tier 3 upgraded version of so that's this one here where it does the same thing, reduces the damage by 15%, but Tempered Will, the advantage is you also actually rack up an increase in defense based on how many people are being blocked, so it can go up to 20% if you've got 4 people being blocked. The other kind of non-negotiable needs to be a Bastion ring. Obviously, if it's a tank that I don't actually use King Harz in my guild versus guild. But if I did, I would be putting him in a fully leveled Bastion ring. Okay, because Bastion ring just increases the number of blocks that you have. And Ardea is just in a full damage build. So I've already shown the build I use her in, but you just want her as tanky as possible and just dealing as much damage as possible. So that's how you would do those heroes. All right. So let's get into the actual comps that I would use. So I actually use Ardea in one of my comps. So we'll just take out these heroes and we'll put in the base. All right. So like I said, it's going to be centered around using these two heroes, right? So King Harz will be your tank. He actually offers a bit of CC as well because he does throw freezers out during his ultimate. And then Ardea is your ground damage dealer, all right? So next thing you're going to want is you're going to want a healer. Now, I genuinely believe that if you're using King Harz and you don't have better options and he is the tank that you're going to be using, you should be pairing him with Lily. The reason you should be pairing him with Lily is because King Harz is actually quite easy to kill if your opponent just insta drops double axes. Insta drops just your axe slaughterers. If they just drop them at the earliest point, they will probably be able to just kill your King Harz before he is able to throw up a shield, throw up his ultimate. Lily prevents that. Lily's passive actually just prevents death one time, right? So she just gives King Harz time to just throw up his shield and tank some damage and for Ardea to get into the swing of things, okay? So yeah, and it's good because Lily's easily available. She's an epic. Most people will have her. So yeah, it's a good option to have, right? So I think that they pair quite well. So now it comes down to what are we missing in this team, right? So in this team, you've got Ardea who is handling bottom lanes really well. King Harz is throwing a bit of CC, and you've got Lily giving heals. So now we need a bit of air damage. We need anti-air, right? So you've got two ways of going about it. You can just go for an actual marksman, someone who specializes in this. So it could be someone like a Nyx who does AoE. Great. In the common bucket of legendaries as well. So a lot of people do actually have her. Hatset, amazing option. Obviously harder to get in the rarer pool of heroes, even within the normal summoning pool. But you could, under the Northern Lord, you could go for a Maul. So Maul is great because he offers CC, but the problem is his stats aren't the best for high defense heroes, right? So you're not going to be dealing a ton of damage to the ground units. He will deal decent damage to air units because their defenses are typically a lot lower, but you would still need a bit of damage from someone who can kind of do aerial damage. Now, if you're using Maul, you do actually need him in. Sorry, guys. If I keep looking down, let me show you why I keep looking down. Come here. This is the reason. This is the reason I keep looking down, right? So it's because this pup over here wants some attention. Do you want to say hi? Say hello. You want to say hello? No? You've had enough of this seat? Or do you want to chill here? Okay, so you want to chill here. All right. So, looks like Milo is going to be featured in this video. Um, but, oh, no, there we go. He's had enough. Good. So, yeah, so I apologize if I do keep looking down. It's because Milo's asking for attention. So I will go play fetch with him after this video. But, yeah, back to where we were in the video. Right. So, yeah, with Maul, he's going to be offering CC and a bit of air damage, but you're going to need someone else to also supplement that damage. Um, Now it comes down to who can you put in there that will also give you that also has the range to actually be able to hit that. Ajax is an amazing option if you have him. Obviously, as someone who falls in the Lord pool, he's a bit rarer, but I'll show you what I would do, and then I'll show you different combinations if you don't have someone like Ajax. Okay, so in this instance, you wouldn't be able to put Lily there because you want Maul to be reaching in front of where King Harz is, right? So you want Maul hitting that tile there. So with Maul, you should be building champions like Maul. You need to pile on the attack for him, okay? Because his base attack is so low. I think it's in the 3,000. It's so low that you need to top it up. So triple attack on the right side and attack substats on the left side. And then obviously you need to be building up your crit, but I would choose attack speed and rage regen over crit damage on this Maul for this build. Right, because yes, you want him dealing as much attack as possible, but it's important he is ulting as often as possible. He is there to slow waves down, right? He's there to put the freezers, slow them down so that Ajax has time. Ajax needs to have time to whittle down heroes. Now, this comp might not, if someone's got really high level, really high level Lego flyers, legendary flyers, it might still be making it through. So you may need to tweak it and maybe put in a higher damage dealer here or change the comp if you find that it's not enough and you'd need to test it, right? But sorry, Lily shouldn't be facing that way. She should be facing that way. All right, so that she's healing both your Ardea and your Harz, just in case your opponent manages to squeeze someone through. But if you look at this comp now, you've got CC with Maul, you've got CC with Harz, you've got anti-kill, one prevention of a kill of a death with your Lily. There's your tank. There's your floor damage dealer. Ajax will also be hitting floor units as well, dealing the magic damage and the physical damage. Then you're also getting aerial damage from Ajax as well as Maul. So it's a fairly well balanced team. And then you just have to look at, can you juice them up enough to kill the tankier demon soldiers that will be coming. All right, so that's one kind of little comp you can do there. Another comp that you can do, again using Ardea and King Harz. Again, I would put Lily into this team to supplement King Harz. So say, for example, you want good AoE magic damage. Someone like Boreas is incredible, right? The downside is that his ultimate obviously takes a while. So you need someone else who is doing really quick ultimates to kind of supplement him. So if I can find Boreas, that is, let's do a quick filter. There he is. Right, so once you have Boreas in now, you're looking at, okay, so we've got really good AoE damage with Boreas as well as good CC. He will be throwing freezers out. You have got Ardea obviously still handling the lower lane, the physical damage. So now you just want someone who is throwing out a ton of physical damage that hits aerial units. So obviously, if you've got him, someone like Eovar, because he's got really quick ults, but obviously not everybody has Eovar. someone like Hatset. Incredible hero. And she's really good at bursting down aerial units. So again, this is a really viable team. Now, I get not a lot of these champions, they are not easy to get. Not everybody's going to have them, but the point of this video is to show you my thinking behind it. So you can always look at different kind of, should we say, different versions of this. So I would actually put Boreas here because once people start falling into this kind of range, he will start ulting. But he won't until that point. Okay, so he will only ult if someone actually manages to get past. Hatsu is here to really do burst damage to anyone who starts to fall in this kind of region. So once they start pushing into this square, she's going to start ulting, right? So with this team, you've got Hatsu who's throwing out quick ults. She cycles through her ults really quickly, whereas Boreas is a bit slower to ult, which is what you want. Okay, not ideal that he's not hitting at this point. So is it ideal? Probably not. I would actually, someone who I would choose instead of Boreas in that spot, a Pelagios in that spot would be really good. He'd be really, really good there. So let me show you. You would put, you'd obviously take Cyrus out, take Eobot out. We said to use Hatsa, and so you do it like this. You need to switch things around a little bit because you want Pelagios doing his crowd control again. All right, so you'd do that. You'd do it like that, and that's probably the best setup you get. Now, the problem with this setup is important to note is it does leave you susceptible to bombing, right? If they load up your King Harz, they manage to time it in between Ardea's hits, and they send a bomb through. If the bomb explodes around here, you're losing Hatsa, right? Because Lily will prevent Ardea dying, but Hatsa isn't covered. So just something to be aware of. But it requires timing. So there is scope for error, and you can actually coax your enemy into actually messing up their timings and messing up their bombs and giving you an easy win. Right. So you do have that option as well. Right. So there's loads of different combinations you can use using Harz or any tank really, but well, King Harz and Ardea. Ardea in that position is an absolute queen. She is so good there, right? So yeah, that's the thinking behind that guild versus guild team, right? So with your healer, obviously just build them really quick. Once you've got them quick enough, um, we're talking like 600 speed, ideally 600 plus speed. Once you've got them that quick, then obviously pumping in the attack, and then taking it from there. And then obviously your other units, if they're a CC unit, you want them as quick as possible. And you want them with good rage regen, so they're doing their ultimates, and then you start pumping in the attack, right? Okay, I'm coming soon, Mino. And then you want your people like Hatsit again with good rage regen. You want them in artifacts that allow them to crank out their damage. So if you're trying to get them to deal against high defense units, use artifacts that lower defense. If you're just worried about the aerial units, then you should start using your spirit siphons or your sharpshooters crest and things like that, right? So yeah, that's what I would do. That's how I look at it when I come into look at building my guild versus guild defenses. So hopefully you guys have managed to um, kind of take something from that. If you have any questions about any of those comps, just comment below. If it has helped you, please like, comment, subscribe. I really do appreciate it. So until the next video, catch you guys soon. Stay blessed.